noises that was making.
I've had to move back to the gaming chair that makes this noise every time I move, because I had the big recliner chair sitting at my desk, but because I'm really, really old, combined with being really, really fat, I just like wedged into the chair and damaged my back. So I've had to go back to somewhere where I sit upright and I'm not as much a lazy bastard as I normally am.
It's almost like you're too old to be wearing a Sidemen hoodie.
Come on, boys, that was last week. You gave me stick for that just because I wear the same clothes all the time.
Have you actually watched it?
No, there's actually a belter of a tikka masala stain bang in the middle of it, but this is the comfiest hoodie. This is by far the comfiest hoodie I've ever got, so I will wear it. I am a 35-year-old man-child who... I'm just wearing a wee plain long shirt of it. I didn't have any of my cartoon t-shirts on underneath it. But I'm just going to go into women and assumption you guys are wearing your old smelly football tops as normal.
No, I've actually changed my t-shirt.
Got a three-piece suit on.
I have just received an Instagram follow request from my account called Spain Tarantino.
I've just had the exact same.
For what?
Sean, is that your account?
Huh?
It's like a Spanish Tarantino fan account.
Oh, they've not followed me.
Because you hate him, that's why.
Are any what did you make of that England-Iran game?
Oh, who would have thought Iran won at 4-0?
Unbelievable.
And I can't believe England are out already after that defeat.
It was when Harry Maguire turned round and just started punching fucking Southgate. I couldn't believe it.
We did watch it on the Zanian streams though, so I don't know if it was legit.
Well, it was 3 days before the game started as well.
It looked a bit pixelated. It might actually been somebody playing FIFA that have bought it.
So we just address the fact that we record 2 episodes at a time, so we've not watched the games yet. So we'll talk to you about the World Cup next week.
Well, that would have been amazing if one of those predictions had come true. But you've just ruined it now.
Harry Maguire just turns and starts punching the manager.
The only manager out there that actually wants to play Harry Maguire, and he levers him for it. And I was, because we're talking about Tarantino there, I was going to say, Sean, I did notice that our good friend of the show, who listens to every single episode religiously, Dubs, tagged you in a post to Paul Scholes because it's Paul Scholes' birthday today.
He sucks those.
Is it just a wee video of Paul Scholes suiting tays?
To translate that for other people, he means sucking toes when he says sucking.
I need to go back to my presenting voice. Sorry, I'll get back into posh Kyle in a second.
Sorry I don't speak moron as well as you, but let me try.
What the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
It's a moron. That's not against the law.
Gun! You fucking moron!
Stuff like Batman.
Because he is Batman, you moron.
What are you, a fucking moron?
Huh? You moron! Drop dead. Moron.
Whoa!
Up here, you morons!
Stepping morons like yourself.
Be down, you moron! Hey, moron!
Hi guys, welcome into another episode of Morons Reviewing Movies. This week we are talking about the movie selected by Moron Craig, Bad Teacher. Burnsy, why the fuck did you pick this?
Well, that was because...
We all know why he picked it. Let's not beat around the bush.
No, first of all, my first option
really likes
got
Justin Timberlake.
My first option got vetoed by Daniel, which was Billy Madison.
Yes, we've had enough Adam Sandler. It's the same as all the other ones. We've done it.
So instead I went for this.
So had you seen this movie before?
No.
So what attracted you to selecting this movie? Was it the poster?
His favourite member of NSYNC.
It said "Eat Me" on it.
It said "Eat Me" is the name of the podcast. That's it.
Well, for those lucky people that haven't watched Bad Teacher, a lazy, incompetent middle school teacher who hates her job, her students, and her co-workers is forced to return to teaching to make enough money for breast implants after her wealthy fiancé dumps her.
Yep.
What a story.
So, guys, thanks for listening. As morons, bid you farewell.
This was utter shit, wasn't it?
Aye.
Like, see, like American comedies like this, like they're so fucking bad, like just unwatchable. See that annoying wee teacher with the red hair, who like Squirrel or something her name was. Like, how many times have you seen a character like that in an American shit comedy?
I thought she was the best thing about the film.
Oh God. How many times have you seen a character like Justin Timberlake's in a shite American comedy? How many times have you seen a character like your man, I can't remember his name.
Or Jason Segel.
Yes, how many times have you seen his character in an American comedy? Cameron Diaz, who's somehow a teacher, even though she's a gold digger, who does fuck all with teaching, shows them films, realises she can get money, and then she's like this big teacher who's read fucking... What was the book she was fucking trying to go through them with?
Still a Mockingbird.
Aye, as if she's read that. It just came in, honestly, just a load of shit. 90 minutes of pure torture. She didn't even get the breast implants in the end. Like, boy, what a waste of time.
This film was that bad, it drove me to tears, man. I had loads of tissues sitting around me while I was watching this. It was wild.
Did you just watch the car wash scene for 90 minutes or look?
I thought that was all it was. Was it not just a 5-minute car wash scene?
Did you not say, Claire, that it got picked and you'd watched it within about 2 days of it? You couldn't stop yourself from watching the car wash scene.
Watched it 3 times, by the way. There's no watched it just the once. The best thing about this movie is the fact that you get to see a clip of Dangerous Minds. That's it. Nothing else happens.
Another good D movie if we get D next.
Very good.
And also GBNF Coolio as well. So
yes.
Took me a minute to work out what that meant.
GBNF Coolio, let's call the podcast that.
I'd like to hear a bit more from Burnsy though. Let's give Burnsy the spotlight here. Let him talk to us about his experience. He normally articulates the best anyway, so take it away, mate.
So I don't even... Obviously, I hadn't seen the film before, because if I had seen it before, I wouldn't have picked it. Because it is shit. It's as if it's something that should just be like a nonsense TV series aimed at, like, I don't know. I don't know what people would even enjoy it. Teenagers or people that watch. What's the thing that you always go on about, Kel? The TV show that's a load of nonsense according to everybody else?
Oh, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No, I know that one because Hunter likes that, does he know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, something else.
Big Bang Theory.
That was the one. Big Bang Theory, that was that. It wasn't painful for me, like Sean said, but also it's meant to obviously be like a comedy and romance film, but there isn't any great comedy and there's no any great romance in it. So I don't understand what the film's even supposed to be aimed at. It's just... It's all right. I'm not going to shut on it too much, but probably partly because it was my choice, and obviously I made a mistake with it. As Sean pointed out, it's like Cameron Diaz goes for this teacher who just shoves on films, comes in after smoking marijuana all the time, and doesn't give a
Marianne?
Marianne.
That's Mariana.
She's a big Mariana smoker.
You can tell I'm not used to saying it.
Carry on.
Not forgotten.
But then she obviously decides that, well, she finds that she can get money to get breast implants done, and then she turns into like the best teacher a school's probably ever seen in terms of being that committed to it, all because she's going to get, I don't know, £5,000-10,000, and then like Sean says, she doesn't even actually go for the breast implants anyway. I don't even know what They seem to go all over the shop, the film as well. I don't know. It's as if somebody started writing it and then didn't really understand where to go next, so just started throwing shite at a wall, I think. Like,
maybe they were smoking Mariana.
Maybe that was it. Mariana does that to you, I suppose, doesn't it? But I like when they go on the field trip. The field trip's never mentioned. Then the next scene, they're on the field trip, and what's the woman's name? That woman? I thought that is it Lucy Punch was her name. I thought she was pretty good in it. I thought she was the best character at the lot, which wasn't really saying much, but the character. She played the character off well. I thought Justin Timberlake was awful. He was just grating me the full film. I don't know if that's maybe meant how he's played it, but I just thought he was really boring. And it just came across as this really shit TV series that some people would enjoy, like when they're when Cameron Diaz's character's obviously getting accused of cheating and all that kind of stuff. Then you can imagine it in a TV series that just like maybe 5 episodes of 20 minutes each, and then people might enjoy it when it's something like that. But for me, it wasn't very good, but it's definitely not one of the worst films we've watched, because we have watched some absolute nonsense. Whereas this you could actually just sit back, take it what it was, and enjoy it maybe to an extent. Unlike some of the nonsense that we've watched in previous films. You enjoyed
yourself a little bit too much watching this.
I didn't actually have any tissues beside me in the full film, unlike you, so.
Just got it all over his belly.
Smoking his big Mariana.
Oh, he's got a stain on his jeans like Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I actually forgot about that scene. Oh.
How stupid was that?
That's why I have my hand up, because I'm going to come at the defence of this for a couple of reasons. One, me and Mary are good friends, and we're maybe together on this evening when I watched this, which maybe helped me enjoy it a bit more. It's a shit film, right? Like, I'm not going to gloss over it, but there was a few funny bits in it, and I thought the dry humping scene, like how Justin Timberlake played it so fucking straight, like. And he kept in character that whole time. I thought it was fucking funny. I
think for that scene, considering the fact that him and Cameron Diaz were a couple back in the day too.
Aye.
Like, you're going to have to come and dry hump your ex-missus on camera for millions to watch.
I found it funny. It was awkward and weird and quite funny. I quite like Jason Segel's wee bits where he just pops in and says something and then disappears again. That's all he seemed to do for the whole film, was like interrupt people's conversations to say something witty and then
just
fuck off.
Creepy as well.
And what?
And that creepy.
No, I don't think it was creepy. I think it was just forward, and she liked that. It was like, I like
How
you.
creepy was the guy that split up with her?
Oh, he's a weirdo though.
Oh,
he's a guy.
He still breastfeeds.
Yes, it's straight from the teat.
This movie would have been better off just as like a fucking an SNL skit or something like that. You could have done this all within 15 minutes. But it's like, I'd put that in the category as popcorn movies where you didn't really need to pay much attention to it. It's a bit of background noise, a couple of bits here and there will give you a bit of a chuckle, but you don't really need to know what's going on to understand the movie. I wouldn't choose to watch it again, but to be fair, I actually think this is the second or third time that I've seen this.
So you chose to
You
watch
watched it once and chose to watch it another two
Well,
times.
I think if I say second time, I never chose to watch it this time, but I chose to watch it the first time. Burnsy chose it for me this time. So I feel like it's only right that I get him back at some point with some shitty movie. Once we get to the letter M, we'll get some mega sharks on the go.
Aye, you can't compare this to that. That's what I mean.
Oh, Mega Shark versus Colossus is much better than this.
I think if you give Mega Shark versus Colossus the budget this movie had, then it's a much better film.
Watch Detective Pikachu or something instead. It'd be a bit better than this.
See, now that I look at the overall table, Detective Pikachu wasn't anywhere near as bad as some of the stuff that's above it.
I know.
I'm surprised the Pokemon fans haven't come for us the same way Tarantino fans have. Strangely, in an update on Spanish Tarantino fan, he's followed me as well, but he's not followed the fucking podcast page.
It's Quentin Tarantino's.
This just looks like it's my fucking fake page because he's not followed me.
You're doing well, son. You've got 2,688 followers.
Well, look, give the boy some time. It must take ages to click follow when you're typing with your toes, so.
Hold on, what's his name? I'm going to search him.
Spain Tarantino.
Spain Tarantino.
Just had a quick look at the old leaderboard that we did have, and we had Detective Pikachu as the 8th worst movie that we'd ever watched, and it was the 9th worst movie ever, Daniel, was Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, it's better than Zack Snyder's Justice League.
And the 10th worst one was the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Detective Pikachu is better than that as well, I would say now. That's the one that stands out for me in the bottom that could be a wee bit higher, I think. I think we were just a wee bit harsh on it.
No, what about True Crimes?
Is that higher?
No, that's not there. That's down there as a third bottom. So it goes Zulu Dawn, The French Dispatch, True Crimes, The Hobbit, Mega Shark Colossus, The Last Airbender, The Boondock Saints, and then the 3 that we just mentioned.
Aye, they're all bad movies.
I forgot all about The Boondock Saints, to be fair.
Well, we're talking about bad movies, and this is bad teacher. Who had bad teachers at school? Because I think there's not a lot of content within this movie. I think our own school lives might make for more interesting stories.
But I've just got one point I'd like to make on the movie first before I'll give you a quick story from my education. Our motivation was for what to rob Wayne's her money to go get her tits done was she basically spent a school summer being passed about by the Chicago Cubs and she never got to keep one of them, so she went to go get her tits done so she could get a sportsman husband.
Yes, that's the main plot.
Yeah, that is it.
It's inspirational.
But
it does also teach you in this movie that if you have a false bottom in your desk, you can hide drugs from sniffer dogs.
Also,
that's true.
But to be fair to it, the moral of the story is, in the end, as long as you cheat on the tests and you blackmail the guy to cover for you, you don't need a boob job. Exactly. It's cool. Lesson for all.
Just keep our senses, not everyone's about boobs.
When are you going to come to that realisation, Burnsy?
I've not got a response to that.
Listen, it's a sad state of affairs when all 5 of us in here have got a better set of tits than her.
Although, one activity I do have is, I'll just say it now anyway, just because we're on the subject. So, shortly after this film finished, Cameron Diaz actually went and got her tits done in real life.
Oh, we could have had a sequel.
That's funny. So,
I was just going to say quickly, Daniel, I actually think the part where all the cheating and stealing the results and that, or the questions, I thought that was actually quite enjoyable and mildly amusing. But unlike you sort of said about, I think it was you and Hunter, I didn't think any scenes were ridiculously funny. It was as if the person who wrote the film didn't actually have a great sense of humour themselves. So then the jokes just didn't land that well.
The characters I liked were the ones that were playing the straight man in the comedy. So I thought Justin Timberlake was pretty good, and the guy that she steals the test off it, I think he's funny, even though he's not doing anything funny, but just how straight plays it. I think he's and I quite like Jason Segel in it. All the ones that aren't too outrageous. But have you ever seen the movie Dinner for Schmucks? Anybody?
No, I don't think so.
That's one is that Steve Carell in it?
Yes, and
I think I've seen it years ago.
It's great. I mean, it's quite funny. But she's in that as well, the same woman, Mrs. Squirrel or whatever, and she plays the exact same fucking nut job. And I think that's just what she does. I'm sure I've seen in a few things playing a fucking crazy person. And it's just she just doesn't play as believable. Like It's almost like a cartoon's been inserted into a film with normal people. She's too outlandish.
I was just searching it to see who were the writers of this, and it was 2 writers from the American version of The Office.
Oh.
That wrote this. And when you search Bad Teacher as well, it's got Bad Teacher 2 due to come soon.
So, fuck me.
We need to go to the cinema and watch that.
Aye, our backs turned.
I was joking. I think it would be a straight to DVD job based on the first one.
That's got to
If
be
anyone buy
the
DVDs, this podcast has been recorded in 2010. It'll be on Netflix or Amazon.
Just show my age by saying that.
Straight to DVD. But Burnsy's got a guy that gives him a list and he picks it.
Oh.
See that?
See, I'm just reading about this just now, and it says that on May the 10th, 2014, CBS cancelled Bad Teacher after airing only 3 episodes. So it must have went into a TV series and it was that bad. Probably some of the film.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks. And it also burned off the remaining unseen episodes. We couldn't even actually show them anywhere because it was that bad.
Well, let's get some episodes created ourselves now with experiences of bad teachers that we had. Hunter, you had one that you're considering sharing there.
Aye, so my experience, it's not like, it's kind of weird in the sense as the teacher was obviously in the wrong and doing bad, however, it benefited me in a way. So do you remember how in like standard grade English you used to hand in like your portfolio at the end of the year, like your essays and your whatever you've been working on for 2 years? It was like 2 creative writing and 3 essays. I can't remember what it was. It was like a portfolio of 5 things you had to hand in. Now, our English teacher was a lover of the marijuana. So we used to have English 5th period on a Friday. So after lunch, so she had come back in one day baked. And we had another kind of rewatch of Romeo and Juliet again, the Baz Luhrmann one. And so basically, she used to come back kind of with a cup of tea or whatever it was, and just sit down on the desk, kind of like Cameron Diaz in this, but just kind of, for those we don't have visual, but just kind of sit where he'd on her hand and kind of sort of doze off at the table, kind of still kind of obviously feeling the effects of the marijuana. So as she's done that, she's actually properly fell asleep, so she slid, and in that process, my portfolio thing was sitting on the desk, then knocked her cup of tea all over my portfolio. So then she's like, "Oh shit, I don't worry, leave it with me. I'll go and get this done up for you." So she basically reworked my English portfolio for me, and hence how I got a decent grade.
For fuck's sake.
Well, do you know what, I'm gonna not so something similar. One of my few memories that I have from school was like this tech studies. What I don't know if that was what the class was called, where you'd make shit, and we had to make a clock. And I had made a clock face with a football in the middle, with a Man United badge in the middle of the football, and then each of the numbers had a little football shirt with the player's name on it. But when I'd made it, the Man United badge that was on the football was off centre. So when I handed it in and it was working at this point, my tech teacher said that he's going to straighten it for me, and he stuck it in a vice and he twisted it and snapped it clean off and fucked the whole thing right down the middle. And then he said that he would make me a clock to replace it, and he literally just gave me a round one with the word Man United written in the middle of it. And we'd spent months at these kind of things.
I thought you were going to say it was like a class one that you got, Kel, instead of being like a
no,
that's kind of like your one was like the image when you shop on Wish, and his was what actually arrived.
Well, it got tossed in the bin on the way out of the class. It was shite. But yeah, that was one of those ones where if it wasn't for like that ridicule you get at high school, there would have been tears when they broke it. So Sean, you must have some interesting stories for school.
Yeah.
Why?
She went to a special school.
I never went to a special school. It's a normal school.
Was it normal?
You had to go in that special bus.
What do you mean a special bus? Just to clarify here before everybody thinks I just hit myself on the face with a remote there. Before anybody thinks that I'm
Just
some
hit
kind of
yourself in the face with a remote. You're not helping your case here.
So I went to a Catholic school. I'm pretty sure that's what you're getting at. We've got a few Catholic haters in the group, unfortunately, guys. No interesting stories at all. Pretty
What were your
normal.
teachers like?
They were all nuns, so aye, all above board.
Nuns.
Obviously, there's a story that I've told you in the past. I'm not going to go into it in this because I don't think this is appropriate. But pretty much school life would have been probably similar to what you had. One thing that does stick out is we had a French teacher called Mr. McWilliams, and was he French? He was a French teacher, but he came from Falkirk High, and somebody started a rumour that the reason that he came to us for Falkirk High is because he got caught chugging himself off in class.
And your
school was the appropriate place to put him.
So obviously it's not true, right? Because if that happened, he wouldn't have got a job anywhere.
I don't know, Sean. Have you seen the movie Spotlight?
This is a French teacher, not a fucking priest. I also never went to school in the Vatican.
I do love that as he's been caught putting the heat off it in the middle of the class, and the punishment is let's send him to a Catholic school. You'll fit right in.
So anyway, that was obviously the rumour, right? So, but this guy was quite kind of small in stature. He had like a chiselled chin. It was a really weird chin, like it stuck out a bit. But he got terrorised, and to the point where it was pretty sad. So every day, now this is quite tame, this bit, but so after lunch, if you had French with him, and this is regardless of what year you're in. This is for first year to sixth year. Everybody done it every day after break and after lunch. We just, instead of queuing up outside his class, they would just pile bags up at his door, like the school bags. So he would have to basically kick down all these school bags to get into his classroom. People used to steal his shoes. Somebody found that his first name was Robert, and then
was he not wearing the shoes? No, he just got
it was spare shoes.
You always have to take them off when he's putting the heat off it.
His first name was found out to be Robert, so everybody just used to shout Bob at him, and he used to chase you down the corridor. So I just a lot of stuff like that. We had a lot of smarmy fucking wank teachers.
This sounds more like a case of bad pupils rather than bad teacher.
I know.
I'm just kind of sharing my teaching experience. The real bad teacher experience, I'll tell you again offline, but the man's a paedophile, so I will not be giving him airtime.
But I just since you were 8 though.
A pretty normal. It's probably just pretty much the same as yours. There was a few teacher affairs. There was an English teacher who was married to the head of English, was pumping on another English teacher, and he got caught. Not in the school of that, but he got caught, and things were a bit awkward.
Frosty.
Yeah.
Frosty. I think mine are a lot similar to yours. That I was a fucking nightmare for teachers when I was at school. Like I was a fucking dick. So like there was loads of stupid shit that I did. I was trying to think of. I think I once mentally broke down a teacher as a kid. So seeing art, so you had to do art in like first and second year before you got to do like actual subjects. I used to get my sister to do my art homework, and she was like, "You can't get your sister to do your art homework anymore." So I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake." So we're to draw sporting equipment. So I do a pool cue. And she told me I was doing the best. So I was like, eventually we got in an argument. I was like, art's not even a real subject. So she's like, well, don't be in art, right? And she put me in the back of another class for the next 6 months, right? So what I got to do in that 6 months was every single school was designing posters for the Edinburgh Fringe competition to be the actual poster. You probably did it at your schools. So I just sat and did that myself up the back of a class, right? I got a non-award for art. So I got like no grade. And then the next year, when I wasn't doing art anymore, she had to come into my class and like ask for me. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And I was in the final of the fucking competition. The guy chucked it up. So this woman that fucking hated me, I basically said her job was nonsense. It was a stupid subject, and it was a waste of time. Had to sit in a train to Edinburgh with me, like looking across at me, as I went to represent the school in the final of the fucking art competition. Awesome. Aye, and she looked like she was just going to fucking break down crying when she told me. Loved it.
You're an evil bastard.
That's horrible. Poor
I know.
lass, she's trying to do her job in that.
Poor wife's just trying to earn a wage, and you're making her life fucking hell. They should just sit in your company. That's the worst part.
I know.
See, like,
what on you go?
No, so I was going to go for another wee short story, so you finish yours quickly.
I was just going to say,
take your time.
I finished posting then anyway, so and I got the prize was like art equipment, which was a waste of fucking time. When you go, Sean.
Guys, put your fucking hands up when you want to talk, eh? Come on, Hunter, take the rules here.
Oh, sorry, Hunter. I'm not even looking at the screen. On you go, Hunter.
Mine's was there, but I've got one anyway. This is kind of more of me being I'll forget about it as a quick one anyway. It's just more a time I was a bad pupil, and I was actually putting a behaviour sheet and putting I wasn't allowed to do science for one bit of first year, like for the majority of first year, because I put bleach in the teacher's fish tank and then killed all fish. But then the look on her face when I then turned up to do higher physics in fifth year was a sight to behold.
Just to jump in before Sean starts to share his story, to go in the back of what Hunter was saying, the like behaviour sheets and all that. My school had a point system, so every time you got one, you obviously got points taken off, etc. And do you know at the end of the year when you put your name forward for like the school trips and stuff, and they like draw your name out of a hat who gets to go. My name got drawn out of the hat to go to the Millennium Dome when it was like newly open, and they'd go down your little behaviour sheet and score you. And I'd only earned enough points to be able to go on one trip out of all the trips that were there. And they basically sent all the fucking idiots and the bad kids to Ibrox and Parkhead. That's where we got sent for the day.
Just when you say that, Kyle, is just because it's relevant to that, is I can't really remember any stories for school or that, but I know that just when you said about going to football grounds, it's like we got sent to Old Trafford, but then it was only on the option for 1 year because I think folk like pished or the baths and changing rooms in that Old Trafford, or did like I don't know if it was shits or if it was pish. Daniel, you might be like, maybe it was you that did it. I don't know, but
no, I wasn't there. The people who did it will remain nameless, but they were in my year at school, and I believe they urinated all over a lot of things.
Oh, isn't he? Can we let Sean tell his story now? I feel bad.
What was I going to say? Oh, right. So, like, I left in fifth year, so like, I never done this, but one of my very, very good pals, he stayed for 6 years, and they done this prank, like at the end of the year before they left, right? So outside my school, there was like a big field, but it was like just a big field that they would use for PE, right? And so they took like it was like a weed killer, and they went at night at a weekend before they left, and I don't know, it was about like 7 or 8 of them, and they basically put the shape of a big massive dick in the field, and it just killed all the grass. There was like pictures going about Bebo and all that. And I'm talking like the thing was like the full length of a football park, and they put like the wee shooting stains coming out of the heat and all that. The school were absolutely
the classic
fucking
high school hobby, that.
Like it was the full length of the pitch. Like so, like they had to take PE classes out on that on the Monday, or they would have done. I don't know if they did, but that's another thing that comes to mind. Again, it's not about a bad teacher, but it's quite funny.
Did they ever find out who it was? Was it like CCTV or?
No, I never got caught, but you know him.
The teacher that transferred for Falkirk High was there every day at that park. Well, guys, will we head straight back to scoring this movie and we'll wrap up Bad Teacher?
Get this fucking out of the way.
Yes.
Sean enjoys spending time with his friends.
Yes.
No, the film side of it.
Well, Sean, give it your score.
0.5.
Oh.
0.5. I've typed the names up on my screen here to remind me who to ask, and I've put Kyle, Daniel, Hunter, Sean, Batman Begins. / Batman Begins. What's your score?
I'll give it a 2.
Daniel?
I feel like Burnsy inflated that score to a 2, but I'm going to give it a 1.5 because I laughed a couple of times.
1.5. Just getting an easy 1 from me. Hunter?
0.5 for me too.
0.5. Now, Batman, what does that do to the overall score?
I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't actually get your Hunter score, so you'll need to tell me them again.
Right, so I'll just run them through. So there was a 1, a 1.5, a 2, a 0.5, and a 0.
I need to interrupt you again because I've put my computer on mute now.
If only we were a bunch of morons, eh? Start again. Burnsy, you as the accountant, you've got 5 numbers here to deal with. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. 1, 1.5, 2, a 0.5, and a 0.5. Take your time. He's just trying to find the calculator on his phone.
It's actually worse when you've got like so small numbers.
You're still just dividing 5 numbers by 5.
I know, but I'm not used to having to type zeros in.
There's all these points in it there that are throwing you off.
Exactly. That's a 1.1 overall.
A what?
1.1.
Oh, that was funny.
We got there, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, Burnsy, that was painful.
It was worse for me. It's when I was counting them up and I pressed the button setting for the top left of my laptop and it put me on mute. I didn't know how to get it off. So not me on mute, but the actual screen's on mute.
It definitely wasn't for you.
Brilliant. Well, listen, a 1.1. I think Bad Teacher is comfortably the worst movie that we've watched so far in the category of the letter B. Oh, do we have to spin a wheel, guys, to see what movies we're watching next?
Yes.
Well, talk amongst yourselves because I forgot about that and I'll have to fix it.
What do you want to talk about?
So, that England-Iran game was mentally.
Well,
Right, well, I didn't.
We could all just agree that Ronaldo's an arsehole after his documentary.
Well, I didn't quite take as long as Burnsy to fix my problem there, but I've got the wheel up just now, spinning away. I'm hoping we get Black Swan coming in.
Is it two films?
2 movies, yeah. And first up, we've got the Butterfly Effect. I'm fucking intrigued to see what you guys think of this.
Is that the one with Ashton Kutcher?
Yes.
I'm just going to check how long it is. 2 hours, that's okay. Right.
Remember, there's alternate endings you need to watch too.
All right, great.
You get them on YouTube, it's fine. I'll post a link in the chat because they're good discussion points.
Oh,
so this is basically this is fucking homework you're giving us.
I obviously watched the film first before you watch the alternate endings.
You're right.
And at least we've got another good movie coming up that I really enjoy is Blade. Coming soon to the Marvel Universe once again, Blade. But yeah, Butterfly Effect and Blade will be the next 2 movies that get recorded over the next few weeks. Thank you very much for listening to us once again. If you want to get involved in helping us select these movies, hopefully picking better movies than what Burnsy does, just drop into our Instagram account, follow us or the Spanish Tarantino, and you'll get to be able to influence what goes on. But thanks, guys. I will speak to you soon. We morons bid you farewell.
Bye-bye.
GBNF Coolio.
Bye, driver.
Sorry I don't speak moron as well as you, but let me try.
What the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
It's a moron. That's not against the law.
Gun! You fucking moron!
Dressed up like Batman.
Because he is Batman, you moron.
What are you, a fucking moron?
You moron. Drop dead. Moron.
Whoa!
Up here, you morons.
Stepping morons like yourself.
Me down, you moron! Hey, moron!
Bid you farewell and good luck, morons. Bye.